Hello, and welcome to today's webinar. Let's begin with a little history about Florida Health Finder, which will help you understand the purpose of the Florida Health Finder website. Florida Health Finder is maintained by the Agency for Healthcare Administration, or as many people know us, AHCA. AHCA is a state agency in Florida responsible for three primary aspects of healthcare. The first of these is Medicaid, and many people who think of AHCA automatically think of Medicaid. But the second task that AHCA is responsible for is licensing healthcare providers. The providers that are licensed by AHCA include hospitals, assisted living facilities, home health agencies, and many more. There are currently approximately 49,000 healthcare providers licensed by AHCA in Florida. And the third task that AHCA is responsible for in Florida is collecting healthcare information about the providers that are licensed by AHCA and disseminating this information to the public. And it is that third task that Florida Health Finder is all about. The homepage of Florida Health Finder is easy to navigate. Right at the top is our most popular tool, the Facility Provider Locator. Beneath that are comparison tools. These tools allow you to compare both facilities and health plans, as well as prescription drugs. In the center of the screen is a link to our brand new Florida Health Price Finder website, where you can compare pricing on conditions and service bundles. At the bottom of the page is a link to our resources for consumers, then health education and researcher data. So let's begin with the most popular tool, that Facility Provider Locator tool. And to use this, you'll just click the blue button right here at the top of the screen. When you click that button, next click the red Search by Facility Type or Location button. And this takes us to the Facility Provider Locator tool. The very first drop-down menu next to Facility Provider Type lists all of the 34 license types that are issued by AHCA. And this is important because this is the only place on Florida Health Finder where many of these providers can be searched. In a moment, I will show you 5 comparison tools for just 5 of these license types, the 5 most popular types that we receive inquiries about, and that will allow you to compare those provider types. But for now, the other provider types are only searchable here on the Facility Provider Locator tool. To use this, you need to select one of the license types, or if you don't know what kind of license you're looking for, you can select all types at the very top. Then you can drill down on this search, and you can see the options listed here from license status, and this is where you can select to search closed facilities, name, street, city, zip, county. Then there are AHCA identifiers, the license number if you know it, affiliated individual and entity. This is a really neat feature. You can enter the name of an individual here and then search to locate any licenses on which that person's name appears. And then there are advanced search options. To use these, we do need to make a selection from the drop-down menu. I'll pick hospital. And then on the advanced search blue bar, click the small gray triangle on the right side of that bar. This will expand those advanced search features. And so you can see here that you can additionally search for hospitals with bankruptcies. You can search by bed type, by emergency department and emergency services, by their license status. You might be looking for a hospital with an off-site emergency department or an off-site outpatient location or surgery center, and you can select that here, as well as organ transplant programs. For example, I had an individual ask for a list of all hospitals in Florida that have an adult heart transplant program. And to generate a search like that, you will come to the tool, and this is what I showed him how to do. Select hospital from the provider type at the top, and then click to open these advanced search options. Go to organ transplant programs, open that menu, and you can select from adult and pediatric transplant programs. Additionally, you can look for other types of programs such as burn units, level 1 and 2 adult cardiovascular services, and for primary stroke centers. Special designations such as statutory teaching hospitals, special services, and trauma center status. If you make a different selection at the top of another license type, for example, we can pick nursing home, what you will see is that the advanced search options have changed. And this is because the services provided by a particular kind of provider will differ depending on what kind of provider you're searching for. So with hospitals, we just saw their advanced search features. And now with nursing homes, we can see options like adult daycare services, whether it's a CCRC, bed type, languages, license status. You might be looking for a nursing home that accepts VA benefits, and you can search for that here under Payment Forms Accepted. You can click to select specific types of payment. Religious affiliations, special programs, and services are other ways that you can search for nursing homes. So to use this tool, let's leave it on nursing home and search by city. And I will put in Orlando. Scroll down to the bottom of the tool and then click the red search button. This is what the results page will look like on the Facility Provider Locator tool. The name of the facility will be listed alphabetically in the very first column. And so this is a list of all nursing homes in Orlando, a complete list. The next column, type, refers to the license type, and because we selected nursing home, that's all we'll see here. Street address, city, state, zip, phone number, and the number of licensed beds are the remaining columns. From here, you have three options. You might choose to print this page just as it is by using the embedded print button. Or if you would like more information about all of these providers, I recommend the Export to Excel button here at the top of the page. If you click this button, what you will see is an Excel document. Let's open that up. And I will pull that over to your window where you can see a complete list of those nursing homes in Orlando, but now including much more information. This is their ACA number, their license number, their license effective date, their license expiration date. And this particular feature is very convenient if you are, for example, an administrator responsible for maintaining the licenses of multiple facilities. Well, you have to get those license renewals in on time, and it can be hard to keep track of many facilities. And this way you can generate a search of the facilities that you're responsible for, export that search to Excel, and just like that, with a few clicks, you have saved an Excel document with all of the license expiration dates for as many facilities as your search included. The name, street address, mailing address, phone number, all of that information transfers over, as well as the owner, that will transfer, the name of the administrator or CEO, and even a link to their web address if that is on their license. So we will close out this Excel document, returning back to our results page on the Facility Provider Locator tool. And I'll show you the third option you have here is to just look at one of these providers. All of the names in the left column are hyperlinks. If I click the very first one, Adventist Care Centers, that will take us to the facility's profile page. And the profile page is another reason that Florida Health Finder is so popular, because every provider licensed by ACA has a profile page just like this on Florida Health Finder. And the information on a profile page is updated every single night. So this is the most up-to-date information that you can find about providers licensed by ACA. Information on a profile page includes street and mailing address, a link to their website, administrative information, the owner or controlling interests. You can click to expand that menu. License information, including that license effective and expiration date. And then under ACA reports, link to inspection reports. If we click here, we will go to aca.myflorida.com. This is ACA's main agency website. Florida Health Finder, as I mentioned in the beginning, is the website where consumers can come to find all of the information that we collect about providers. But inspection reports are housed online on our main agency website. And so that's where we've linked to. And you can click any of the blue select buttons to view a scanned copy of that inspection. So just like that, with a few clicks, we're looking at an actual scan of this inspection. You do not need to work for ACA to see this. You do not need to be affiliated with this facility or provider. You do not need any kind of login or any other qualification. Anyone can come to Florida Health Finder, visit a facility's profile page, and click to see those inspection reports. Down near the bottom of the profile page on a nursing home page, you will see the current daily rate of a semi-private room, the occupancy rate for this provider, and then answers to some of those filters that we saw on the first search screen, such as what languages are spoken here, what payment forms do they accept, and then a link to any legal actions that may be on file. Now, legal actions can be confusing because what this does not include is, for example, a patient who sues this provider. You won't see that here. This includes any legal actions that occur between ACA as the licensing entity and the provider. If there are any on file, those cases will be listed on the facility profile page, and the case numbers are also clickable. So let's click one of these cases. Again, we will link automatically to aca.myflorida.com, which is where legal actions are kept online. We can click the blue select button and view a scanned copy of that final order. So if you did not know that this information was out there, was accessible to the public, now you know where to find it. On Florida Health Finder, go to a facility's profile page and look for legal actions, click those links, and you will be able to view those final orders. An easy way to return to the home page is by clicking the Florida Health Finder logo at the top of the screen. And this takes us back to the home page, and this is where we were. We were here looking at the Facility Provider Locator tool. Next, we're going to move down to the center of the screen to the red Florida Health Price Finder button and click this. This will take us to Florida Health Price Finder, and this is a brand new website also maintained, as you can see at the top, by the Agency for Healthcare Administration. Now, as the name implies, Florida Health Price Finder is a great resource for finding pricing information for healthcare procedures and conditions. So on this website, there are 3 ways to search. We can enter a search term here in the text box. We can search visually by clicking this button, and you'll see a map of the human body. Or we can search alphabetically for procedures and conditions by clicking that right button. This will take us to an alphabetical list of all 295 care bundles that are searchable on this website. Now, what is a care bundle? Well, I'll show you. Let's enter a search term, such as knee, and press enter, and click to see all results. there are 7 results related to knee. I'm going to choose knee replacement, and when I click that, we will go to the service bundle pricing page. With a knee replacement, there are multiple steps involved in a normal knee replacement. You will have the office visit beforehand, the actual surgery, follow-up office visit, physical therapy. All of those costs are part of the price of this procedure, and they are part of the whole life of this procedure, and that is what is included in a care bundle. So to see the details of this price broken out, we can click here, Care Bundle Details. And this breaks out those individual costs that total up to the price that is shown on Florida Health Price Finder. The office visit with the specialist, the knee replacement itself, the outpatient therapy, and then that follow-up office visit. If we go back to the Care Bundle overview, this is what we can see regarding cost, the national average of that knee replacement care bundle, the Florida average, and then in this instance, Tampa. You can choose a different location for this tool by clicking the white button at the top of the screen where it says Tampa. If we click this, we can set a different zip city in this tool. Currently, you can search the state of Florida and metropolitan area data. But coming soon, we will have pricing information at the facility level. So that means prices by facility. That is coming later in 2018. So stay tuned and visit back to Florida Health Price Finder to see when that goes live. Additional information on a pricing bundle includes what to expect for that procedure, questions to ask, how to prepare for, in this case, a knee replacement, and then related care bundles. So to return now to Florida Health Finder, let's pull up the Florida Health Finder homepage. And this is where we were. We were right here clicking on Florida Health Price Finder. That is the easiest way to access the Florida Health Price Finder website. Now we've already looked at that facility provider locator. So now let's scroll over to the center of the left side of the screen where those comparison tools are located. I mentioned earlier that 5 of the provider types have their own comparison tools, and this is where they are: assisted living facilities, home health agencies, hospitals, ambulatory surgery centers, and nursing homes. Additionally, there are search and compare tools for health plans here, and you can see that, a tool to search and compare health plans, as well as the Medicaid health plan report card. I'm going to search and compare nursing homes so that you can see the difference between using the comparison tool to look at nursing homes versus what we just saw on the facility locator looking at nursing homes. So to use the comparison tool right at the bottom, I'll click nursing homes. And this takes us to the landing page for the nursing home comparison tool. And you can see on the left side is an educate section. This is where you can find answers to the many questions that AHCA receives about nursing homes: how to select a nursing home, how to find one, what does the nursing home stay involve. I think for many people who work in the healthcare industry, we gradually acquire this knowledge and this understanding of long-term care. But for someone who is new to this process, it can be overwhelming. And so answers to the questions that people have is an important part of the education that is available on Florida Health Finder. And that is here on the left side of the screen. In the center, you can see links to look at Gold Seal facilities. Now, what is a Gold Seal facility? Nursing homes are the only provider type that have a Gold Seal. And this is the best of the best, the nursing homes that have consistently performed to the highest standards on their inspections. We can click this link to see a complete list of all Gold Seal nursing homes in Florida. If you click on any of the provider names, you'll go to that facility profile page. This should look familiar. And if they're a Gold Seal facility, you will see a Gold Seal on their profile page. So there's no mistaking it if you're looking at a Gold Seal nursing home. And then scrolling back, right beneath Gold Seal facilities is the nursing home watch list. And if we click that, we can see this list identifies nursing homes that are operating under bankruptcy protection or met the criteria for a conditional status in the last 30 months. And that means that they did not meet or didn't correct upon follow-up the minimum standards at the time of an inspection. That put that facility on the watch list. And this is the complete nursing home watch list for Florida. If you click any of these provider names to visit their profile page, you will see watch list information listed right here under those ACA reports. And you can click to read details about their status on the watch list. And then going back to that landing page, on the right side, there's a link to file a complaint. The first question I usually get is, who can I complain about? And the answer is any provider licensed by ACA. So you can file these complaints two ways, by phone or online. And you can also choose to file a complaint anonymously. You do not have to give any identifying information in order to file a complaint. Now, to compare nursing homes, we'll click the blue button here at the top of the screen. And on step 1, I'm going to choose inspection ratings. And step 2, search by geographic location. And then press the red continue button. From this map of Florida, we can now drill down by facilities by region. And this is how ACA has the state divided. These are the 11 ACA regions: county, city, name, special service, or zip code. The special service option is my favorite because this really differentiates how this comparison tool is especially geared towards consumers, towards an individual person who is trying to make a decision about a nursing home for themselves or for a loved one. Because here you can select a mix of therapeutic and recreational services such as Alzheimer's secured unit. You might be looking for a nursing home that has hospice care or that has pediatric care. And additionally, you can look for options such as yoga or water therapy. So I really like this facilities by special service feature. I like to point that out. Now today, let's search again by city and again by Orlando so that we can see the same providers that we just looked at with the facility locator tool. But now we're going to see those providers on a comparison tool. And so this is what the results look like. Again, in the first column, those providers are listed alphabetically by name. But now you can see the other columns have a significant difference, and the first is these stars. So let's scroll down to the bottom to understand what the stars mean. 5 stars means that this facility ranked better than 81 to 100% of the facilities in its region, all the way down to 1 star. That means they only ranked better than 0 to 20% of the facilities in their region. So keeping in mind that 5 is high, 1 is low, we can now see the overall inspection score for these providers. So here's an overall 3-star, an overall 1-star, an overall 5-star. And then the overall score is broken out by the individual inspection components, and these include quality of care, quality of life, administration, nutrition and hydration, restraints and abuse, pressure ulcers, decline, and dignity. You can print these results at the bottom. There is an embedded print button. You can export them to Excel, or you can again click on any provider name to go to their facility profile page. Now we'll return to the home page, clicking that Florida Health Finder logo, at the top of the screen. And remember, there are additional comparison tools, just like the nursing home tool, that will compare assisted living facilities, home health agencies, hospitals, and ambulatory surgery centers. Now let's take a look at the health plan comparison tools. I'm going to click this Medicaid health plan report card. This also takes us to a map of Florida, and I'm going to search health plans by county. We can pick a large county like Hillsborough and view our results. And this will show us plans that participate in Medicaid managed care. The data is for 2016 that you're looking at, and you can see the list of participating plans listed in the first column. The next 6 columns have a score on 6 categories for each plan: pregnancy-related care, keeping kids healthy, children's dental, keeping adults healthy, living with illness, and mental health. You can click any of these categories at the top to see more details on that measure. If we click pregnancy-related care, we can see more details on prenatal versus postpartum scores, keeping kids healthy, children's dental, keeping adults healthy, screenings and other assessments for adults are shown. Living with illness, this includes diabetes care and blood pressure, and then mental health. And the report card is incredibly useful for individuals who need to make a choice of a provider of a plan that is participating in Medicaid managed care, because a pregnant woman may have a different interest in a plan choice than a senior with diabetes. And by using this tool, they are able to personalize that choice. And so that is why I like to make sure that the Medicaid health plan report card is something that you know about. And it's here on the Florida Health Finder homepage, right here, Medicaid health plan report card listed under Compare. So we've looked at the Medicaid health plan report card, the nursing home comparison tool, Florida Health Price Finder, and the facility locator. We're going to look at one more comparison tool today, and that is right here underneath Florida Health Price Finder, where it says prescription drug prices, one of my favorite tools. When we click this, we will go to a third website maintained by ACA, and this is myFloridaRx.com. To use this tool, we'll click the blue button and then select a county in Florida. All Florida counties are included and are searchable. I'll pick Hillsborough again, and then a city in that county. I'm going to pick Tampa. And now we can select from a list of the 300 most commonly prescribed prescription drugs. Today, I will look at atorvastatin, 10 milligrams, and click search. And this is what we'll see. The price for atorvastatin, 10 milligrams, a quantity of 30 tablets, and what all of the pharmacies in Tampa were charging for the month of January. The prices are sorted from low to high, and we can see a huge difference. The Save Right on East Hillsborough Avenue for this prescription, if you were paying the retail price, this means no insurance was used, this is what you would pay, $10.99. And then the price goes up from there, $12.99 at Winn-Dixie, $20.05 at Sam's, $30 at Walmart, $47.95 at Publix, $95.59 at CVS. Again, 10 milligrams, 30 tablets, same prescription. And the price for January goes all the way up to $170.92. 10 milligrams, 30 tablets, same prescription, but a difference between pharmacies in the same city of over $160. So you can literally save hundreds of dollars if you have a prescription that your insurance does not cover, or if you do not have insurance. Perhaps by going to a pharmacy that you don't usually visit, maybe a little bit out of your way, you could still save hundreds of dollars using myFloridaRx.com. That's one reason I love this tool. And to access it, on the homepage of Florida Health Finder, it's listed right here in the middle of the screen, prescription drug prices. Scrolling down the screen, there are resources for consumers that we're going to take a look at next. This is where our consumer guides are kept on Florida Health Finder, and these are one of the other most popular stops on the website because the consumer guides include ACA's responses and answers to many of the questions that we receive about assisted living care in Florida, end-of-life issues, emergency care. There are guides for healthcare advance directives, home health care in Florida, long-term care, nursing home care, and understanding prescription drug costs. These guides you can look at two ways. On the website, if we click, for example, Healthcare Advance Directives, one of the most popular, this is what we'll see. Information about living wills, about healthcare surrogate designation forms, about organ donation. And at the bottom of this page, you can actually click to print your own copies, as many as you would like, of these forms. Those are all clickable right here at the bottom of the page. If you would like to print the entire consumer guide, I recommend the PDF on the right side of the screen. If we click this, we can see the PDF version. It's not as colorful, it's not as pretty, but it is formatted for printing, so you will save a lot of paper using the PDF. And those links are here on the right side. These guides are also available in Spanish. So to see the Spanish list at the top, click Aquí, and you can see this list in Espanol. Returning to the Florida Health Finder homepage, we were right here under Consumer Guides. There is also an extensive health education section on Florida Health Finder with information about many of the medical conditions and symptoms and procedures that we have questions, that we receive questions about. And finally, researcher data. If we click this link, we will go to the data-focused part of Florida Health Finder. Even though there is a lot of data on Florida Health Finder, researchers in particular sometimes have a need for even more specific data. So on this page, we have our order data link. If we click that, we can see a calendar of what quarter we're in for data certification, a list of certification data reports, a link to the data catalog, the price list for special orders, and then contact information. My coworker Arlene Schwan is responsible for all incoming data orders. So if you have questions, she has answers, and this is a link to her direct phone and email. Going back to the data page, this is also where one of the most complex tools on Florida Health Finder is kept, and that's the Patient Data Query tool. This tool allows you to search 3 years of patient data for 3 types of providers: hospitals, ambulatory surgery centers, and emergency departments. There is a separate webinar available for just the Patient Data Query tool, so I won't go too much into detail here, but I will give you a quick peek so that you can get a sense of what this tool is all about. Let's click the Hospital Inpatient Query tool. And this is what we'll see. This looks a lot like, if you're familiar with Access databases, an Access database. The default setting is to show all Florida hospitals for the 2016 calendar year. There is also 2014 and 2015 available. And then you can see in the next column the total discharges for that year, the total patient discharges for example, Florida Hospital, the total number of patient days that amounted to, the average length of stay, total charges, and average charges. But what can you do with this? Well, you can drill down on this data by selecting one of the many filters that you see here. For example, if I wanted to see all of Florida hospitals' patient discharges by payer type, I can leave that on patient by principal payer, click Florida Hospital, And now I can see all of their 60,000 discharges in 2016 broken out by payer type. I might want to see the Medicaid patients broken out by DRG code, and I can do that by selecting that as my filter, DRG card, services DRG codes. And then when we click on Medicaid, that's what we'll see. The Medicaid discharges for Florida Hospital in 2016 broken out by these codes. So if you're interested in learning more about this tool, as I mentioned, there is a separate webinar that goes into more detail. For now, we'll return to the home page, and that completes our walkthrough of the Florida Health Finder website.